And it's good. And it's great.
That's Jen and Ben affectionately kissing in Ben's
times. And looking back on that, I really feel the stress of it. I could cry.
Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck's divorce was nothing but a real surprise to their fans and families, as none of us really see that coming. Well, apparently, the guy who broke up with Jennifer Lopez to be with Jennifer Garner has made his way back to his long-dated ex by rekindling their romance in 2021. However, at first, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's PDA looked like a publicity stunt until J.Lo made her relationship with Ben Instagram official, where she posted a picture of two kissing and exchanging rings on Lopez's birthday. But guess what? None of the pictures suited Jennifer Garner's mind. Though she has moved on from Ben, the situation is still hard for her too, and she's for some reason finding it hard to cope with things. Well, before we get to the conclusion of this video, let us take a look at Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck's dating and marriage history. It all started back in the summer of 2000 when Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner met on the set of the movie Pearl Harbor for the very first time. Unfortunately, the movie turned out to be a flop, but Garner and Ben saw themselves as a hit connection, though Garner was married to actor Foley and Ben was dating Jennifer Lopez. Well, destiny had something for Garner and Ben as the two reconnected again for a movie. Nearly 2 years later, in the year 2002, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner were reunited on the set of Daredevil. Of course, the reunion wasn't a dull one. The two seemed happier than enough to have each other company, and Ben later confessed his feelings for Garner, stating that he's in complete love with Jennifer Garner after calling off his engagement to Jennifer Lopez. In a conversation with Playboy, Ben stressed on to explain how he met Garner and how things turned out for them. "We met on Pearl Harbor, which people hate, but we fell in love on Daredevil. By the way, she won most of the fights in the movie, which was a pretty good predictor of what would happen down the road. My wife holding swords and beating the living shit out of me." However, a few months later in the fall, Affleck and Lopez got engaged. A year later, in 2003, Dinner for Five was not a casual fun event, but definitely a flirty one. Garner did enjoy Ben's Affleck company romantically, though she was married to Foley at the time and Ben to J.Lo, but their romance rumors were somewhat obvious when a writer for Vulture communicated that at one moment during the episode, Garner gives Affleck such a genuine look of gratitude and affection, it still makes me a bit uncomfortable to see it on television. Definitely, we do agree with the writer's words. A few months after showing a genuine look of gratitude and affection to Ben Affleck, Garner announced her divorce to actor Foley in March. Wasn't that apparent? I mean, kind of, but Foley had no names to blame. The guy for real did never raise a finger at Ben Affleck for destroying his marriage to Garner and concluded by stating, "People divorce." In a genuine conversation with a TV Guide, Foley commented on his marriage to Garner, stating Jennifer became a huge celebrity. She became a huge star and she deserved everything she got. There was no other relationship, there was no infidelity, nothing. People get divorced, you know? Garner defended her decision, calling her ex-husband a good guy. "We didn't have a shot. He's a really good guy." And we just imploded. Of course, Garner and Foley imploded as everything seemed to go as per plan. Hence, making it obvious, a year later, Ben and Jen called off their engagement, and months later, Jennifer Garner and her new connection Affleck made their first public appearance as a couple at the World Series to support Ben's favorite team, Boston Red Sox, were playing. To no surprise, the following years were too joyful and great for Garner and Ben as they did almost all things together, romantically and emotionally in private. The two stood up for each other and finally got engaged in 2005, and months later, the Pearl Harbor stars got married in a private ceremony. To be honest, the year 2005 was indeed the happiest year for Garner and Ben, as they also welcomed their first child, Violet, to their family, and the following year their second child was brought into life. Indeed, the couple could not be happier than ever. They felt blessed to be a family finally and practiced their roles as mother and father. The family was well functioning and smooth and decided to have yet another child. In February 2012, Garner gave birth to their third child and very first son, Samuel Garner Affleck, and Ben could not be thankful enough to Garner as he chose to reward his wife with his personal achievements and honors. Hence, in 2013, after Ben received the Best Director award for his work on Argo at the Golden Globes, he thanked Garner for everything. "I adore you, I love you," and also the most important person to him. Well, that brings us to the question, if Garner was Ben's everything, then why did he take his kid's nanny, Kristen Usanen, to Las Vegas? Were the two dating behind Garner's back? To be precise, the question turns out to be true, after a magazine reported that multiple sources confirmed that Affleck had been dating 28-year-old Ozonian. However, Affleck's representatives vehemently denied the reports. Speaking about the matter, a representative for Affleck spoke to Us Weekly's report that Affleck and Ozonian were in a relationship after Affleck and Garner separated, but before they announced their divorce. The story is complete garbage and full of lies. It's shameful. We're considering legal options. And this is where Garner and Ben's marriage started to collapse, as later that month, Garner and Ben announced their divorce, releasing a legal statement to the public. The report reads, "After much thought and careful consideration, we have made the difficult decision to divorce. We go forward with love and friendship for one another and a commitment to co-parenting our children whose privacy we ask to be respected during this difficult time. This will be our only comment on this private family matter. Thank you for understanding." Even after announcing divorce from Ben, Garner never turned her back on him, and also didn't accuse him of making a connection with their nanny, calling it a bad judgment of the media, and turned Ben as the best but complicated guy. In between the time, there surfaced several reports stating Garner and Ben have called off their divorce decision and wanted to give it a chance, but nothing turned out to be true. Things got worse between the two as Ben and Garner started to reside in different apartments. Well, if we read the facts, Ben's alcohol problem was also one reason why the couple opted for divorce. Ben Affleck posted on Facebook discussing his addiction and treatment. Ben wrote, "I have completed treatment for alcohol addiction, something I've dealt with in the past and will continue to confront. I want to live life to the fullest and be the best father I can be. I want my kids to know there is no shame in getting help when you need it, and to be a source of strength for anyone out there who needs help but is afraid to take the first step." Adding on, he continued, "I'm lucky to have the love of my family and friends, including my co-parent, Jen, who has supported me and cared for our kids as I've done the work I set out to do. This was the first of many steps being taken towards a positive recovery." Then came the ending year of Garner and Ben. Finally, in 2017, the two got officially divorced. Afterwards, TMZ reported that they are seeking joint legal and physical custody of the 3 children. Since then, Ben didn't really settle down. He went on dating people and jumping from one to another recently until he found his true soulmate in long-dated ex, Jennifer Lopez. Concluding the video, Jennifer Garner has moved on from Ben Affleck and has even built a new link with her ex-boyfriend John Miller. But she's unsure about whether it is too soon to involve her kids with Ben's new girlfriend, as they are not as cool as J-Lo's kids and probably will not comprehend the situation. As a result, she has asked some time for herself and her kids and has shifted focus to rework her acting career. Hence, this goes without saying that Garner has literally no time to show hate or disappointment to Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's relationship. Anyway, Garner believes in the concept of nurture and let nurture. So isn't that obvious already? This was all about it. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like it and subscribe to the channel Peeper for more such exciting content and latest news about your favorite celebrities. See you in the next video.